everybody, and welcome here as we get ready for our next to last race of the regular season, where we will determine 12 drivers that will battle for the Pizza Hut X Series Chase for the Championship. We are here at the debuting track of Hillside Raceway. If you didn't tune in to the Hershey's Cup Series non-charter race here last night, oh boy, you are in for a race this evening. This track, brand new, didn't know what it was going to be able to do. We couldn't go to Salem like we originally planned, so we had to come here, but boy did it deliver in last night's race, and hopefully it will deliver here tonight as well. This track is going to possibly play a big factor into who's going to be in the Pizza Hut X Series Chase for the Championship and who isn't. Take a look at the front row. It's already playing a factor as Jacob Rose lines up on the pole position alongside the 42 of Joseph Romero, two drivers who so far this season have a 0 in the win column. They both could find themselves in the championship picture in the chase for the championship at the regular season finale at Kentucky in 2 weeks' time if they can go to victory lane here this evening. 40 laps of racing, and this track, from what I saw, it can hold them 3 wide. It can potentially hold them 4 wide. However, it was 2 4-wide situations last night that put us under our 2 cautions of our Hershey's Cup Series non-charter series race. So we'll see if these drivers have learned anything from what they might have seen from that race last night. Coming into this race, though, we now know 3 drivers that are confirmed locked into the chase for the championship. J Qualls became the 3rd driver after picking up his 2nd win of the season a couple of weeks ago at Daytona. He joins Elijah Gilbert and Joshua Osborne as now locked into the chase for the championship. What about the other drivers, though? We got a couple that are confirmed. We'll tell you them in just a moment, but we've got a number of drivers that have big question marks around them as to whether they're still going to be in contention when we leave Kentucky Raceway. Let's go down and get the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
So there's the command to fire them up. 40 laps of racing here tonight. It's going to be split into 10, 10, and 20 this evening. No, I'm sorry, 10, 15, and 15, they told me. My bad. 10, 15, and 10 and 15 for our stages. Those stage points ever so important. Now, as far as the drivers coming to this race that have 1 win that are locked into the chase for the championship right now, they would include Jesse Turner, Cole Deaver, Eli Bright, James Shelly, Christian Merrick Jr., Jordan Lopez, and Charlie Buxton, Daniel Voyles, and A Baranauskas. Now, they are locked in right now. If anybody ahead of them in the point stands goes to victory lane, then they're in trouble. A Garcia right now is in the 13th spot and would not make the chase right at this moment as a former race winner. As the green flag is out, we're underway here at Hillside. Jacob Rose, very early advantage getting out in front. Don't think that's going to last long, though. Stuart Gratton moving into 2nd place. Romero caught in that high side, which is not the preferred line here at Hillside, as we learned last night. And Stuart Gratton, big run down the front straightaway. He's going to go for the race lead. Expect a lot of lead changes here tonight if we have anything to go off of last night's Hershey's Cup Series non-charter race. They were swapping the lead lap after lap after lap. Zoerlein into 2nd. Rose slips back to 3rd. Now trying to get the 2nd position back from Zoerlein. Can't do it as M McIntire now moves into the 4th position, bypassing Seth Cole. Battle is on now for 2nd place. Jacob Rose to the inside of Zoerlein. Right now, Stuart Gratton out in front with a pretty commanding lead, which is kind of surprising. We did not see the lead get held very often in last night's race, but right now Stuart Gratton reaping the benefits of them continuing to battle for 2nd. J Richardson now in the mix as M McIntire looks for the runner-up spot. Alexander Rowe there as well in the 93. He's trying to get into the top 5, trying to get by Jonathan Zoerlein. Oh, Zoerlein going to the middle groove. Almost pinched Alexander Rowe to the bottom. That was close. And now Richardson will move into the 2nd spot. Teammate right behind him in the 17. So Roush Fenway Racing moves to 2nd and 3rd. And now they try and set their sights on the 11 out of Colleague Racing of Stuart Gratton. Now, interesting thing that we should bring up here, Stuart Gratton coming into this race, 40th in the point standings. He's trying to get himself back into the top 30 in points. And he has a win this season at Bristol Dirt. He can pick up his second win of the season. That could really shake up the point standings heading into our race in 2 weeks at Kentucky. Very unusual that Kentucky Raceway is the track that's going to determine our chase for the championship, at least here in the Pizza Hut X Series, but that is the case. James Richardson, though, trying to take that scenario away. He goes to the inside, and he'll take the top spot. Here comes Benny Watson there in that 8 car. Defending champion, still looking for his first win of the season, and right now, in this case, he needs a win to get himself into the chase for the championship. So many drivers around him in the point standings have wins, and so many drivers behind him in the point standings have wins, which knocks him further down the totem pole of getting into the chase for the championship. Comes into this race, currently situated 7th in the point standings. He is the second highest running driver in the points without a win this season. P.J. Williams, the highest running, 4th in points. Carson Gum, 9th in the standings. Nicholas Romero, 11th in points, all without a trip to victory lane yet this season. And Watson out in front now, hoping that maybe this thing goes green for a long time and he can maybe keep ahead of these guys. But James Richardson right there in that 6 car. He's going to get by Stuart Gratton for the 2nd spot. Jacob Rose, the pole sitter, working his way back up to the front again there. And the 18 NOS Energy Toyota Camry out of Joe Gibbs Racing. Well, Benny Watson reaping 10 valuable bonus points, winning that first stage, but he's going to have to hold off a driver who knows something about being a chase driver. He was in the chase for the championship. Actually, I believe he was in the Final 4 last season in the Hershey's Cup Series when he drove the number 11 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. James Richardson now full-time down here in the Pizza Hut X Series. Richardson coming into this race 37th in points. Not been an ideal season for him. And Jesse Turner's going to go a lap down. Problems early on for the 39, the guy who came in as the points leader with a 65-point lead over Cole Deaver, and he's going to be the first car put a lap down. So Jesse Turner not having the night he was looking for, but he is one driver that is locked into the chase for the championship. Basically, the way you're locked into the chase is if you are ahead of 30th in the point standings by 42 points. And right now, drivers that would fit the bill in terms of that would include Daniel Voyles, Charlie Buxton, Jordan Lopez, Christian Merritt Jr., Eli Bright, James Shelly, Cole Deaver, and Jesse Turner, as well as our 2-time winners, Qualls, Gilbert, and Osborne. Drivers that are not ahead of that cut line include Andres Baranauskas and Ace Garcia. Watson still showing the way, but they're not battling for second place really anymore. They're kind of riding, working together. Richardson and Jacob Rose maybe realizing they got to get up there. Right now, your top 4 consist of drivers that are yet to go to victory lane this season. Watson, Richardson, Rose, and Rowe. So you can see they definitely know what's at stake here. Look at some of these other drivers that are up here at the front. Kyle Lynch in the 15 car, Ace Garcia we talked about right in that bubble spot. If the chase were to start now, Garcia would miss out on the chase even though he has a win this season. Kyle Lynch won the season opener at Daytona, but now finds himself mired all the way down in the 35th position in points. Needs to get back into the top 30 to have that win count towards a spot in the chase for the championship. The second win could maybe help him out in that respect. Tony Green, the 85, looking for his first win of the season. As up front, Richardson and Rose, they're trying to work to reel in that Chick-fil-A Chevrolet, and right now they're not making much progress. The gap has remained just about the same, about maybe a quarter of a second. That time by, they lost 100th, so it's staying about status quo. Which makes me wonder if maybe Jacob Rose might be not a little faster than James Richardson. And you got to know that after a certain amount of time, Jacob Rose is going to say, all right, enough of this. I got to get by you. Jacob Rose coming into this race is currently 25th in points. Now, the only issue with that is he is currently running behind Ace Garcia in the standings. Ace Garcia is 19th, Rose 25th. So Rose would not only have to pass Ace Garcia in the point standings, but also potentially under Baranauskas. Jacob Rose being up here at the top of the podium, this is certainly good for him in the fact that he's getting himself stage points. Garcia is also getting stage points though, but Baranauskas is not. And Jesse Turner was actually on pit road, apparently, because he is 2 laps down, as is Nick Johnson in the 44. I don't know if maybe something happened to those two. If something did happen to those two, you guys knew about it before I did. Courtesy of our NNSCRA split camp, they are both 2 laps down. All 42 cars still running, but only 40 on the lead lap, and the battle for second is on. Jacob Rose to the inside on James Richardson. Apparently Rose deciding he can't wait any longer. And Watson loving to see this battle behind him because this means he's going to be able to grow his race interval by just the least little bit. And Rose has not been able to clear Richardson. Richardson's still battling back on the high side off the exit, and that's allowing Ace Garcia to close in. Garcia may pass them both. Garcia's got a big run. Now, with a little bit of help, now Jacob Rose will move into second. Garcia will move into third. So almost like Jacob Rose needed a drafting partner to be able to get by Richardson. And now, Ace Garcia says, thank you very much. I let you by him. Now I'm going to go into second. So Ace Garcia, just like that, moves from the 4th position up to second. And now he sets his sights on Benny Watson. And the battle still's on between Richardson and Rose. And now Tony Green and Eli Bright have entered into this mix. Watson may want to start looking in his rearview mirror because Ace Garcia is closing that gap very quickly between himself and the Chick-fil-A Chevrolet. Look at this, Garcia running a slightly higher line. Oh, that's because Benny Watson's going to come to pit road. We're going to have green flag pit stops here at Hillside. Richardson is in. So is Tony Green, Eli Bright, and Jacob Rose. So Ace Garcia is going to come around as the race leader. A couple of other drivers stayed out. Pichu London, I believe, was one of them. And now Garcia is coming to pit lane. Pichu London coming in as well. James Qualls. Ryan Brommer, as well as Gilbert, Zoerlein, Baranauskas, and K Deaver. So gotta find our 8 car of Benny Watson and see if he's going to come out as the race leader. There he is, leaving pit road. Car we got to watch for in relation to him is that 9 car of Ace Garcia, who came in 1 lap later than Watson did. So Watson will have the benefit of fresher tires here on this in lap. Richardson coming out there in second. Looks like Christian Merrick Jr. is going to get trapped a lap down as a result of these pit stops. And I think Garcia is going to get out ahead of Watson, who is actually going to lose second place now to Richardson. And they're going to go by Garcia. This is the battle for the race lead right here. The 6, the 8, and the 9. And Julio Cesar actually led that last lap, so I guess he must have stayed out another lap, along with the 0 of Wade Brummer. Yep, they just made their pit stops. So Richardson cycles around to the race lead. Watson in second. Third place now is going to be Eli Bright. And the battle is on for, well, actually, I don't think that's a battle. 4th place is Ace Garcia. I think Christian Merrick Jr. is now trapped a lap down. So can Richardson hang on with 10 laps to go? Going to have a car up ahead to deal with. A couple of cars. That's Carson Gum and Matthew Daleo, the 4 and the 12. As Baranauskas, looks like the 2 car may have had an extended stay on pit road. She came down the pit lane along with Ace Garcia. So either they came down a second time or they had an issue on pit road. And this is going to be very interesting because this is a battle for position up ahead. Daleo and Carson Gum. Richardson's about to enter into this, and we've seen what happens when cars get side by side. They get reeled in very quickly, and Benny Watson, this could work out very well for him if James Richardson has any issue with either one of these race cars. Richardson side by side with Daleo. Daleo gets a better run off the corner, and here comes Benny Watson in the 8, trying to close the gap. Watson wants to defend his championship. He wants to make it into the chase, but Richardson's the guy standing between him and that opportunity. Matthew Daleo so strong on that outside line. And here's Watson. The battle for the lead is on. And this could bring Ace Garcia and Eli Bright into the mix here if these two continue to battle. This race is not over yet. Richardson again trying to get around Matthew Daleo. Has been unsuccessful so far. Here's Watson. Here comes Garcia. Here comes Eli Bright. Watson looks to the inside. Is he to the left rear? Not quite. He might be able to make a move down here into 1. Nope, not quite to the inside line to be able to make the move on the 6. And here comes Richardson. Nice corner exit through 2. He will get alongside Matthew Daleo going into 3. Can he keep it there, though? Daleo's been good on that high side out of 4. He will keep it there. As Benny Watson and Ace Garcia kind of offered a little bit of drafting help down there, they will now work their way by the snap-on Ford, and that will clear them of that car. Now Carson Gum just up ahead. If you're looking at the ticker or watching the action, you got to keep your eyes on the fact that we have 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go next time by. Battle is on for second. Ace Garcia to the inside on Benny Watson. And now Richardson to the inside of Carson Gum, trying to put another lap machine between himself and the battle for second. Garcia clear of Watson. Moving into second place. Watson drops back to third. Richardson maybe under fire here. Ace Garcia looking to the inside. Watson there with the drafting help. Next time by, it's the white flag. Garcia, Richardson, Watson gets loose. Got really squirrely there to the 8 car. Garcia clears for the lead. White flag displayed one more time. Richardson trying to get to the bottom. He's there. Nope, not quite. Can he make a move here in 3 and 4? Here comes Carson Gum. Not going to be able to make the move. Here comes Richardson to the bottom. Alongside. Drag race between Garcia and Richardson. Garcia wins it by a splitter. Ace Garcia, 2/100ths of a second, will pick up his second win of the season, and that locks Ace Garcia into the Pizza Hut X Series chase for the championship. So close for Richardson, but Garcia got the high side run off of 4, and a photo finish will put Ace Garcia into the chase for the championship, along with Joshua Osborne, James Qualls, and Elijah Gilbert as a 2-time winner this season. Ace Garcia going to victory lane back at Orlando, and win number 2 comes here tonight at the debuting track of Hillside. Standings should be official. So close there for James Richardson. Let's jump back and freeze frame that photo finish. I thought maybe Richardson was going to be able to do it. He had been able to diamond turns 3 and 4 so well and get good corner exit off of 4 when he was working his way around Matthew Daleo earlier on. He just didn't have enough straightaway. There it is, right there. So close. But Garcia, who came into this race outside of the chase standings, he was 13th in the chase standings if the season were to end now. And now with this second win, he has now punched a golden ticket into the chase for the championship. Richardson will end up second. Benny Watson so close there in third. Well, he's really going to have to rely on Kentucky next week if he's going to defend his title. Eli Bright comes to fourth. How about the pit strategy for Julio Cesar? He stayed out a lap extra than everybody else. He comes away with a top 5 run. Alexander Rowe, Pichu Ludden, M McIntire, K Lynch, and Ryan Brommer. That was your top 10 here this evening. Go on down through the remainder of the finishing results, and you had 37 cars finish on the lead lap. Carson Gum, Matthew Daleo, Christian Merrick Jr. all finished 1 lap down. 2 laps down for Jesse Turner and Andre Baranauskas. So a tough break there for Baranauskas. This could very well have dropped her out of the championship hunt unless she's able to have something happen next week in Kentucky. Jesse Turner, this doesn't hurt him in terms of making it into the chase. He's pretty much locked in, but I don't know what the gap's going to be between him and second in the points now, as Eli Bright ended up coming away with a solid run tonight. Cole Deaver, on the other hand, was 29th. So I think Turner might be okay as far as his points lead is concerned, but not exactly certain. And how about Nick Johnson? He was 2 laps down early on. Apparently, he was able to race his way back onto the lead lap, finished 34th. That's obviously not a great run for him, but certainly a lot better than it could have been. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to tonight's race from Hillside. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a video, like, subscribe, and become part of the crew today. We've shown you full finisher results. You're now looking at your point standings heading into next race in 2 weeks' time. It's our regular season finale where we will determine the 12 drivers that will battle for the Pizza Hut X Series Season 2 chase for the championship at Kentucky Speedway. We still got to finish up our race weekend here at Hillside, though. Tomorrow night, it's the Hershey's Cup Series main event. Can't wait for that one, where we are going to continue the road there to find out who the 16 drivers will be that will battle for the Hershey's Cup Series championship here in Season 4. We'll see you guys next time. You've been watching Production NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. Good night from Hillside.